about the technical difficulties. Internet went down. Anyway, as we were discussing, Aiden makes his way into the room and sees Jack reading a book about heart conditions. He speaks up to greet Jack.
Yeah. Hi there. Have you met my ghoul, perchance, or she's slightly late?
I have not yet had the opportunity, no.
And
She's okay.
as you say that, Aiden, bursting through the door comes this young woman with shoulder length blonde hair with some like a painted blue stripe on it, wearing some sort of alternate fashion and carrying essentially a pile of books on if you had to guess just on the cover, like if you had to judge the books by their cover, you'd say occult or ritualistic topics. And she
Okay.
essentially makes her way in, both hands busy and trying to maneuver the door with just her foot, and says, "Sorry, I'm late. Sorry, I'm here."
That's okay. We didn't went too far. But yeah, I arranged for a change of clothes because today I would like to have a discussion on what we consider empathy.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Where are the clothes located?
I'll just give him like fake or like fake-ish uh pass IDs for the hospital. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's like a number of locker on the back.
Yep. Do you give one for each of you, or is someone exempt from this?
Mm, I will give one per because my ghoul is fresh and learning this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hands-on approach.
So, Aiden, you and Leah basically get this small car that you can hang on your clothes, like on your breast pocket. That essentially gives you essentially visiting rights around the hospital.
More like students
Oh, so
learning.
okay, so you want to give like resident
Yeah,
type of,
not
yeah,
like
okay.
student basically who can't do really much, but like for the purpose of learning.
Yeah, I think that's
They can
residency.
observe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, Leah basically clips it onto her post
I'll
and
do the same.
says, "So what's this about empathy?"
Well, you'd have to change, and as probably both of you might know, Killian is what we do. But the question is, How do we decide who we can or cannot kill? You'll each will do some rounds, look around. There's not much people here tonight. And I'd like you to give me a candidate among the patients who will die.
Okay, boss. Anyone in particular we should be looking for?
No, but I will ask you to explain your choice.
Uh-huh. All right. Um. Okay. I mean, if you say so, I'm sure you have a good reason for it. Uh, are we doing this together or?
Up to you.
She looks to you, Aiden.
I will assess the patients then. He actually goes through the effort to try and smile.
Make a manipulation and performance roll, please.
Little did Leah know. The entire reason the person's gonna die is just to see how they hold up for no empathy.
Let's see.
Oh, I
Okay.
think I might have a specialty that applies.
Which
Depends
one?
on doubles
Oh.
anyway.
Maybe not on that. Never mind.
Okay.
It's
It was
four
Conjurer
successes.
of Facts, and I'm not really doing that right now.
Yeah, no, that's not.
It's 4 successes anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you managed to put on a seemingly genuine smile. At which point Leah just goes, I mean, we can go together if you want.
Sure, why not? As he says, keeping up the vibe.
Dead
Still
inside.
smiling cheerful. Yeah, dead inside, smiling cheerfully.
Yeah, and you and Leah basically head out, leaving Jack in the office. As you wander the hospital, um, you find a number of patients resting in the night. Each one in each pair of patients resting in a room with clipboards with the details about the patient itself. You pass by a number of currently dying patients. Some of them older, some of them younger, some of them have a bunch of flowers and gifts. A couple of them have nothing, which kind of gives you the idea that either they don't really have family, or they got here recently. They don't have anyone that really cares about them enough. You do find some patients that are there just sick, but on the road to recovery, even though they are still severely, like, ill and still need rest at the hospital. And again, some of them have plenty of evidence of outside connections, while others don't. Leah ends up narrowing her choice. Actually, Aiden, perception and empathy, please.
Oh,
To
I
see
do
if you
actually
can-
have that. Yay.
Let's see if you can actually spot.
No, not that one.
Once again, 4 successes.
Mm-hmm. Consistency.
And
Yes.
my specialty is tactical for perception.
Yeah, this one applies. This one applies.
So one more
roll
die.
one extra die, please.
Okay.
Okay, it did make a difference. So, she doesn't say it out loud, but the choice she ends up making, Leah basically narrows her choice down to this incredibly old lady who's very clearly at the end of her life. Prognostic isn't great. She doesn't have a lot of connections outside. So it looks like she's essentially resting on her deathbed alone, just waiting for it to be over. Leah ends up picking this one.
I think this one's a good choice. He says, since she hasn't said it, he's gonna bring it up.
When you say that, she kind of perks up and says, "Oh, um, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to hide this from you. Sorry."
You were hiding something, he says,
No, no,
raising
no.
an eyebrow.
No, it's. Well, I wasn't sure of my choice. So, yeah, I'll just. Yeah.
It's based in logic. Never doubt your logic.
Well, someone has to die. Might as well be the person who's not gonna really affect anyone.
Well, is she the one that is suffering the most?
I would be if I was in this position. I mean, if someone has to die, you might as well just do some good with it, right?
I don't think it has anything to do with good and evil. I think it just is something that happens to everyone.
Leah seems to hesitate responding to that and chooses simply to nod and kind of look to the side.
This is the moment Aiden realizes he let his mask drop for a moment.
And which patient does Aiden choose?
I think he's gonna go off more off how the machinery is acting with the people and how they act.
In what way?
Like-
What would Aiden be looking for, essentially?
Things like really high blood pressure showing someone's in pain. And then they don't have a good prognosis, that kind of thing.
Okay. You end up finding this patient. The prognosis is borderline terminal. There's there are very few chances that he'll make it out alive. It's this middle-aged man who's essentially connected to this machine that gives him a button. Every time he presses the button, he gets an injection of morphine to deal with the pain of his condition. And he doesn't seem to be able to sleep. You approach and read his chart, and he seems to look at you like with this mix of pleading and annoyance. Like the type of look that screams at you, "Why aren't you helping me?" As he once again presses the button and the machine delivers another dosage. Yeah, he...
What do you want? I'll ask him, what do you want?
This machine has a limit. It's not enough. It still hurts.
I see. We'll see if we can do something about that. He smiles to the guy.
Okay, I'll consider this part of the success you had, because otherwise you might smile a bit too creepily.
Yeah,
Nature smile.
So you smile to the guy, and he just gives a nod with a frustrated grunt as he once again presses the button and gets frustrated and just hits the button on the bed and presses it over and over because it's not delivering the dosage it's supposed to. And do you choose this man?
Yes.
Okay. You and Leah end up going back to the office where Jack awaits your verdict.
Oh. Who's first?
Leah places the chart of the old lady on the desk.
That
And I'll
that's not really expediting the death.
Oh. She's not awake. She doesn't have anyone who's gonna miss her. If someone has to die, it might as well be her. No chances of survival either.
It's life. No one gets out alive. He says, smiling, like, making a joke.
Leah looks at you like this, basically.
And what about you, Aiden?
I'll offer you a file with my choice.
Any rationale?
He can get no relief. He is just hanging on to try and stave off the inevitable.
Those two seem like wise choices, right? From Project?
From your morality, the fact that Aiden didn't mention that the purpose is to give the man an escape from the pain, the fact that this man is basically clinging to life despite how much it fucking hurts. The death isn't framed as an escape, so it could be considered valid within the path. You'd have to explore
Yeah.
more of the reason, though.
I'm more considering that he's fighting, trying to fight, like, stave off death when when it's his time anyway, and that's not, like, yeah.
Oh. We don't really do well with bot time. Let's see the grandma first.
Boss, do we have to?
It's okay, kiddo. She will die eventually.
Yeah, but the whole pulling the lever is different than just waiting. You could just wait. She might survive.
For how long?
Does it matter? She might survive.
But she is so old, it's basically pointless.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Liam, what this is not just, killing for the sake of killing. I cannot kill just because I want to. There has to be a reason.
So what's the reason?
The reason is death is inevitable. You can speed it up slightly, but you cannot run forever. And if you're afraid of it, it's gonna cloud your judgment.
What if she makes it? What if she's supposed to make it? And Jack, if you want, I can allow you to roll perception empathy.
I pretty much know what's going on, but yeah. Careful.
Sure.
Helese.
Yeah. So it's rather clear that the idea of killing someone is distasteful, mostly out of not just out of empathy, but out of sort of twisted form of projection. In that scenario, it feels like Leah wouldn't want to be just given up on. She'd want to keep fighting to stay alive as long as possible. And especially given the fact that she might one day become like you and live forever.
Mm-hmm.
She feels sort of this twisted, like it seems that she feels this twisted responsibility to keep people alive for as long as possible, since she has that right. So should they, basically.
Yeah, you might be embraced far sooner than you would anticipate. And in our field of work, killing is part of the job. Sometimes people just deserve to die.
Yeah, but why does she?
Why does anybody else? She might survive for another day just for electricity to cut out and she'll die.
How much does it cost to keep her alive?
What does that matter?
If you must triage, that is part of how you do it.
It's not a point of Gosh, people should be kept alive as long as possible. They'll die when they're supposed to die, but you don't just lop heads off left and right just because it's cheaper.
No, my thought is that, well, for mine, that we would cause the morphine to give a sudden overdose for him.
It's not about the method, the fact that you're doing it. It's wrong. She's not holding a gun to our heads. She's just trying to exist. It's not a sin.
Or maybe
So if
you're
she
just too
had a
soft.
gun to your head, she wouldn't.
I can't do this, boss. I can't do this. I can't. And she goes to pick up her books and leave.
Well, it'll take a bit longer then.
She leaves, and Aiden says she may be a problem.
She's a ghoul. They are more humane than we are after Embrace. But I do like your idea of morphine overdose.
Aiden nods slightly.
Would you be able to make it by yourself, or
I'm not as familiar with the machinery in a hospital as
cardiac arrest it is?
I could probably cause the machine to deliver the dose. But it would be good to have a secondary option.
The secondary option I have. Let's see what you can do.
Alright. Both of you walk down the hall, passing by the old lady that Leah selected. And you reach the man's room. He, still frustrated, continues to press the button until eventually the machine makes a clicking sound and delivers the dosage. At which point he leans the head back and sighs in a bit of relief, frustrated that the pain isn't gone. It's just less.
Then Aiden puts on his bedside manner face and looks to Jack and says, "Is this suitable or is this creepy?"
Let's see.
It's an equal measure of both at this point.
Tone it just a bit down.
He
Well,
will.
on the other hand, he might get a stroke just seeing that grin, so either way, a win-win.
He will tone it down a couple degrees
Mm-hmm.
and go in. Hello again. We're here to see if we can't do something about that to help you feel a little bit better.
Oh, finally. Just make it quick.
Of
Jack will
course.
telepathically connect to Aiden and like remind about gloves. No trail.
Yeah. He glances at Jack and just sort of nods. And we'll, do the doctor thing where you wash your hands and then you dry them and put gloves on. He's going to do that.
Yeah.
Yep. It doesn't take you very long. And once your gloves are on, what do you do?
I am going to walk over to the machine that has morphine within it, and I am going to do a technology roll.
Mm-hmm. Please do.
My specialty is improvised solutions. I'm
It
improvising.
applies. It applies.
Should apply. Yeah.
It applies. So, int tech.
Yeah.
We're improvising over those machines tonight.
I'll give you the choice, int tech or wits tech. Up to you.
I have higher intelligence.
Yeah, so then you can go int tech.
Yes, thank you. Holy shit.
Holy
Jesus.
shit, indeed.
Jesus. Okay.
Jesus.
So these machines usually have like a plastic cover that's unlocked with a key with the dosage marker inside that you can tweak. Because you sort of want it to be, kept strictly seen as an accident or a malfunction, you instead take essentially a screwdriver and you remove the back of the machine and simply unplug one of the wires in there that controls the closing mechanism of the valve. And then you close the machine back up. And you basically know this will guarantee the guy dies the moment he delivers the next dosage.
Very well, that should help, sir.
Thank you. Okay. And he presses the button again. And you hear that same click and the sound of the liquid being pushed through the tube. Only the sound this time continues. And continues. And continues. And
I'm just gonna turn and walk out.
Okay. Yeah, as you walk out, you just hear the huffs of the man slowing and slowing. And eventually you begin to hear beeping sounds coming from the machine. And Jack, before you leave, you just lean over to the machine. You press a button, and the beeping stops. And as both of you turn to leave, the man slowly stops shaking and goes limp. And that is where we will end tonight's session. We hope you enjoyed, and we will return next week with the next episode of Beyond Armageddon. Remember to subscribe. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.